Hello, good people. Emmanuel and Safari bring you the Promise Insurance Show. Today, we want to feature the personal accident cover. And this is a new concept. Okay, it's not a new concept, but it's actually a new product that is fully digitized. We're putting it in the digital channels that you can get at any one time. But now we want to build a case for it and why you need to take it on. So with that, let's just first watch this video and understand the role of insurance in your financial life. And we're calling it your financial seatbelt, insurance generally. Yeah.
Decisions in life that only make sense if nothing happens. Every day, millions of people do the exact same thing. They sit down, they reach across their body, they hear one small click, not because they expect disaster, but because they respect possibility. Then, the trip is normal, the road is clear, the destination is reached, life continues exactly as planned. And that creates an interesting illusion, the illusion that the seatbelt wasn't necessary. But that's not true. The seatbelt did its job. Its job was simply invisible. The best decisions often feel unnecessary until the day they aren't. Financial planning works the same way. Emergency funds, insurance, retirement savings, investments. They all share one thing in common. On the days when life goes exactly according to plan, they can seem unnecessary. On the days when life doesn't, they can become priceless. Nobody buckles a seatbelt because they want something bad to happen. They do it because they understand something simple. Hope is not a strategy. Preparation is. Most of the smartest decisions you'll ever make may not change your life today, but they can protect the life you are building tomorrow. Your income, your family, your home, your retirement, your future, the things that feel retirement, your future, the things that feel normal, until something threatens to change them. So before life tests your plan, talk to a financial advisor, review your protection, find the gaps, and make sure the life you are building is not depending on luck alone. Because sometimes, the best protection is the protection you never had to notice. And the best time to fasten the seatbelt is before the road changes.
All right. So thank you so much for your attention as by that. So let me also just start this message that every day in our society, accidents are happening on the road, at home, during business, and even during leisure. Yet the traditional Workers' Compensation Act of the year 2000 only protects individuals while at work. And when commuting, leaving a huge gap in real-life protection. So at Britam, we are pioneering a solution to close this gap through our personal accident cover designed to protect you 24 hours anywhere in the world. We understand that many Ugandans are not formally employed, yet we are highly entrepreneurial, active, and adventurous. That lifestyle comes with risks, but those risks shouldn't destroy your financial stability. This innovative digital solution ensures that in the event of an accident, you and your family are cushioned from the financial shock, covering medical expenses, loss of money or income, or even life support. In simple terms, it's not just insurance, it's peace of mind of your everyday life, not just your work life. So the question is, if accidents don't wait for working hours, why should your protection wait? So with that, I just wanted to just share this Workman's Compensation Act. This is something that you can Google easily. It's a 34-page document. We can just go through it briefly and just to see when it was enacted. This was in the year 2000. That is 15th of September 2000. That's about 26 years ago. But more critically, because it's quite huge, let's just go to the schedules. That's on page 24. It shows you what to call the schedules. And it's based on 5 years' earnings should anything happen to this person. And it stipulates percentages of permanent incapacity, for instance. If you lose 2 limbs, we're supposed to pay 100% of your 5 years' earnings. Yes? If it's a loss at the shoulder, that is 70%. So it goes on reducing, goes on giving those values so that they are a little bit equitable. If you lose just a finger, it talks about 3 phalanges give you, say, 6% or even 10% for the index finger, the thumb. So they have to stipulate, and all the insurance policies you will see for workers' compensation or group personal accident have to have this schedule embedded therein. So this is the Workmen's Compensation Act. There was an amendment. Okay, first, they also scheduled diseases. That's from like page 28. It continues. There are even lifestyles. There are all kinds of diseases. They mention them for those who are exposed to these kind of chemicals, whether pesticide, whether vibrations, or whether these cancerous, even vitiligo, anything is well stipulated in this act. It's quite huge. There was even an amendment to that by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development in the year 2023. But it was just simply to emphasize the role of having these insurances, because many workers were getting issues and they could not get compensated. So with that, let me just guide you briefly how, because we have minimum rates by the IRA, let's see how we charge for it. So this, we start with this. So the Workers' Compensation Act is what is actually charged in this first, the quadrant on the right. Class 1 shows that if it's office or administration employees during daytime whose day-to-day work involves one place station, office, hospitals, we charge a rate of 0.25%. For field workers, we shall charge 0.25%. But key to note here is the insurance cover is limited to accidents occurring during and in the course of employment, including direct transit to and from work. But if insurance cover is to be exercised outside of the working hours or combined with a group personal accident, a 20% premium loading shall be applied. So what we are covering here for Workers' Compensation Act, it's supposed to be during working hours. For people who are in maybe light manufacturing, we shall charge maybe 0.4%. For people in heavy manufacturing, we shall charge 0.5%. There is a class 3 category of the workers, high risk, construction workers, drivers, stand boys, security people, 0.6%. So there is also the element of what we call the personal accident or the group personal accident covers, which is 24 hours and for accidents occurring during and outside the one's employment or work. And here you can see the rates are a little bit higher. This is on agreed basis. So we have two types of bases. We can agree. There are some members who are like, no, for us, we are not in formal employment, so we don't have a salary. We can agree on a value. We shall look at it and we see how it works. So 0.35%, of course, for agreed, we shall charge slightly higher compared to a person who is on salary. So if we look, you can see the light class 2 rates are 0.5% and then class 3, 0.75%. Very importantly, there is also now the 5 years earnings, which is actually in the law, which is more or less what is in the Workmen's Compensation Act, only that this one is covered in 24 hours. So that's the biggest difference, and also worldwide. This one limits you. For workers' compensation, the pure one limits you to only the workplace or the premises or to and from the workplace. That is all. Outside of that, if you're on leave, you're not supposed to be covered. But at least the group personal accident covers you. And you can see the rate is relatively fair. It's an average of this agreed and the workers' compensation, 0.3%. For class 1, class 2, 0.45%, and then class 3 for 0.75%. So let me not bore you the numbers. Let's go straight into the portal, how it looks like. Now, we spoke about the Britam portal, how it works. We went through how travel insurance works, and this is something that you can do in 5 minutes. You send me your passport copy, we issue you the cover. Of course, that travel insurance only covers you outside of Uganda. So the moment you come back to Uganda, you should have a personal accident policy. But of course, we give you also, the way And thanks for those clients who have supported us with the travel insurance you have seen, and I hope you are happy with it, because you can get it 24 hours. Whether weekend, you'll get your policy issued. We also introduced the motor insurance at the beginning of the year, and you saw how it's also beneficial and very quick. In 20 minutes, I can actually issue your policy. And maybe the only development this year is that now we have digital stickers. So, of course, if you're issuing a digital sticker for third party, it would come out immediately. In about 5 minutes, we give you a chatbot that you chat with, you put in your details. But for comprehensive, it will take about 2 to 3 days, because we have to work with Uganda Insurance Association, which issues these stickers on our behalf. Home insurance, I also spoke about it, or I'll speak more about it. But let's now go to personal accident. So let's say get a quote, and we see how it works in real time. If you choose, of course, individual, this is covering just the individual. You can choose a date. Let's say we're starting on 1st of July. I'm going to choose a birthday. Of course, you have to put a birth date. Let me use, for those who don't know, let me just use anyone born in the 80s, 85, when this regime was coming in, only that this one is someone born on 23rd of December. So let's use an example based on earnings, on a salary range of, say, someone earning, let's say, about 1.5 million shillings on a monthly basis. Yeah. So that's how many zeros? Yes, that's 1.5 million Uganda shillings is here. So what does this person do? This person is a field officer. He moves in the workplace. Different workplaces, different workstations, is very mobile. He can go to Gulu, he can go to Arua, he can go to Singapore anytime. So this person, let's name them. Okay, since the show is called Promise SF show, so let's just try to get a quotation in that regard. So you can see the premiums for this. Let's see how it looks like. The quotation. Wow. So this is a person earning 900 million. Wow. Did I put in a bigger figure? Okay. I think I put in a wrong figure. Let's just go back. I might have put in 15 million instead of 1.5 million. Yeah. So that's where the error comes from, because this was going to be a very huge figure for someone. So you can see I had put a higher figure, 15 million. You saw the premium was about 3 million, but at 1.5, the premium is just 355,000 shillings. So when we come to make the quotation, let us see how it works. Let me just highlight this just to save the quotation, and then I come and quote it just to show you how it looks like. So this is how it will look like. I can say this. So once the quotation comes out, this is how it will look like. So of course it gives you the quotation number. It is showing you it is 24-hour cover worldwide, covering up to the age of 75 years. And the premiums are relatively very low. Yeah. So this is based on 90 million, not 900 million, but 90 million. So you can see the premium is just 350,000 a year. So if you have this money on your phone, of course, maybe before going to the money, the benefits are there. It has shown you how much benefits you are covering. Just like what we saw in the Workmen's Compensation Act, the temporary disablements, these additional benefits like medical expenses, including hospitalization of 3 million shillings per person. Of course, the higher the limit, the more benefits we shall give you as well. So this is just a preamble, and then so there are just more benefits. It shows you when the quotation has been done. This was, say, around June 2026. So let's just look at the kind of quotation. If we do the same quotation, but based on 100 million as an agreed value, you can say for me, 1.5, okay, yeah, it keeps fluctuating. Sometimes I get higher, sometimes I get lower. Let's just put an average of say 100 million cover. You can see the premium there is going to be 0.3, which is 300,000 shillings a year. Plus the tax says it comes to 390,000, which is, I guess, very fair. So the rest of the benefits are more or less the same. So once you agree with this and all these other additional benefits, we give you this quotation in just real time. In about 2 minutes, you will get it. Once you agree, we shall now just go back in the portal and you buy. And you give us those details. The ID details, phone number, national ID, and then you're good to go. So with that, that's how the personal accident really works for us. And I believe we shall take it up. We shall embrace it, so that as fun Ugandan, fun going Ugandans, we like fun. We are having World Cup. We are party animals. World Cup, okay, is going on, but we're also going to have AFCON next year. How prepared shall we be? Because we know that these risks are inherent. They're going to be a part of us. You're going to have foreigners in the country. Some of them come with different intentions. How have you protected yourself? Your workplace, every time you move from Kampala to Arua to Koboko to Jinja, what happens in that transit? If anything happens, how secured are you? And you know that our bus drivers, how they drive. So let's take caution. As we mentioned here on this flyer, accidents don't have a schedule. Protect what matters anytime and anywhere. So with that said, I thank you for your attention. I remain Emmanuel Science Safari, bringing you the Promise Insurance Show. Till next time, God bless.